Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on the summer packet number 4. This has to do with complex fractions. That's when you have a bunch of fractions inside of a big one. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put parentheses around the top part of the fraction, the numerator, and then put parentheses around the denominator, which is this big bad boy right here. Alright, also when you divide a complex fraction, you never want to divide on top and bottom. You actually want to divide sideways. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the numerator right here. Okay, and then we're going to divide it by the denominator. Okay, alright. Now, what we have to do next is we don't want to have two fractions. We only want one fraction in the numerator and one fraction in the denominator. Alright, so in order to do that, we're going to have to get a common denominator between these two. Easiest thing to do, multiply this denominator with this one and this one with this one. Okay, so we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by x, and then this one we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by x plus 1. We're going to do the same thing here since they have the same ones. So this one's going to be with x, and this one is going to be with x plus 1. Alright, awesome. Okay, so once we do that, we just take the top, which is going to be x times x, which is x squared. Okay, and we're going to take this negative 1 and we're going to distribute it. Okay, so it can be minus x minus 1 over, now we have our common denominator of x times x plus 1. Okay, still divided by the other side, we're going to do the same thing, which is x squared. And we're also going to distribute this 1, which is not really necessary, but just plus x plus 1 over same denominator x plus 1. Okay. Alright, the next part we're going to do is, since you're dividing two fractions, okay, we're going to use the copy, change, flip method. So we're going to copy the first fraction, which is x squared minus x minus 1 over x plus 1. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this division sign to multiplication, and then we're going to flip the second fraction, which is going to be x times x plus 1 over x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, now what we would do is we look for anything that's common on the top and the bottom. Notice that this is the same as this, so they're going to turn into 1, so we're just going to cross them out. Okay, and then we're going to just bring the top over, which is x squared minus x minus 1 over x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, now we check to see if it's factorable. There are no two numbers that, well, the two numbers that multiply to 1 is 1, and it's impossible to factor this. Also impossible to factor this one as well. So now we've determined that we are done. There should be a square right there.